Ron, Ray, the sound. I hate to say this, guys, but we're tech for seniors. And by the time we get to where we're worried about sound, 99% of us have lost that hearing range. So you might as well save your money on the equipment because you can't hear it just by nature.
Well,
No,
Steve,
you make a good point, Jim. That's why I say do that little test I described before, and that'll answer your question whether or not your hearing has dissipated a little bit or if it's still as good as it ever was.
Well,
Yeah.
none of us is as good as it ever was.
I just had cataract surgery. I can see better. I wonder if they have any kind of ear surgery.
Yeah, it's called a hearing aid. My wife is getting very tired of me answering her what as she talks to me. I keep telling her, if you don't see me, I don't hear you. Which could be good or bad, you know.
yeah, I know I've lost the high frequency range.
Yeah, and that's what usually goes first.
Yeah. So,
To the audiology.
and I mostly listen to classical, so that's kind of important to me, but it's going.
Greg?
Yeah, I went down to Costco when I was down in Mesa a couple of years ago, and I bought for I think $2,500 two of those hearing aids that go on the back of your ears. Well, I've misplaced them, and we can't find them, so I went and bought those Nano for $375, and in the 11th of July to the 12th, they had them on sale. They're $400 with a $500 one, they had $100 off. So I bought it and I'm wearing them. And I can't believe we had thunder this morning about 5:30 and I had them in and geez, I thought a gun went off. Yeah. Well, the dog started barking and it scared the heck out of me. I was out of bed watching TV, the news, and they didn't say anything about thunderstorms, but I need them. And they're really a good little deal. They fit inside the ear. It takes a little bit of time to get used to them anyway. That's just information only.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
looking for what they call bone conduction earpieces because my ears start to go crazy and I got weird ears. The in the ears fall out. I've lost 2 sets already, so I'm looking for a different way to get them so they stay in or stay on. And that bone conduction I bought for a Bluetooth headset. It's great. You know, you can hear with your ears as well as the bone conduction is really good sound. But I haven't
Yeah,
found hearing aids.
I've got
Well,
one set of mine.
my big problem was I've got tinnitus or tendonitis of the ear, the ringing of the ears. And it's from the fire department when I got airborne a couple of times in those houses when they blew up. So, you know, it's just the way the nature is. I really like them.
My son, speaking of lost hearing aids, my wife lost one. My son's dog ate it.
Did she wash it and put it back in?
How's the dog's hearing?
I'll tell you, it was digested. There's nothing to recover.
Well, when you call him, does he come faster?
Beg pardon?
When you call him, does he come faster because he can hear you?
I think they've completely ruined them before that after they chew it up. They like the taste of earwax.
Yeah.
You're putting up the link to the premiere service sometime, I assume.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah,
go.
Huey, I'll put that in.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, I have a question. I've been having a terrible time with the various iterations of Google's upgrades. Anybody else had any problem with them?
Nope. Google upgrades? What kind of Google upgrades?
Well, they've gone from the old style Google where it was, to my mind, really easy to use,
Are you
now
talking about
Now
Gmail?
I've got Google One, Google Workplace, Google, I don't care what the hell it is. I used to be able to switch between accounts just by clicking on my icon and bring it up and I click on it and boom. Now half the time I get, welcome to Google accounts. You can manage everything. I don't want to manage everything. I just want to go to my email account.
Jim,
Yeah,
Jim, you gotta pay for it now.
I don't have any problem switching between accounts. And I probably got a dozen Gmail accounts.
But are you using it through the
Through the
Google
browser.
account workplace or Google Workplace?
I use it through my browser.
Well, yeah, I do too, but it's not working for me anyway. Of course, as you know, I find all the trouble
Yeah.
spots.
No, they find you, Jim.
Too true. But it's been driving me crazy. I click on the thing, the icon, and I get something else.
You click on the icon, then it should bring down a menu and give you a selection of which one of you want to select.
Well, that's what it used to do.
Still
But now
does.
It keeps saying, I keep getting the message, add a new account, when I've already got the accounts and I'd already added them previously. And I don't know, I can't quite figure out what I'm doing wrong or it's doing.
You got to make sure that you click on your picture or whatever representation is you, and not the three dots or not the hamburger menu or whatever comes up.
No, I know that, and that's what I've been clicking on.
And it's got to be the bottom one, not the top one. If you hit the top one, it's going to ask you about your account settings. The one at the bottom one or the second one, it will say, do you want to switch accounts? It should remember once you add one, you may have turned off cookies. I don't know if that would make a difference. So they may not be remembering what you put in there. And I'm not sure why. It could be cookies. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, well, I have them turned on. I've been clicking on the picture of me, which is a symbol or a cartoon or whatever,
Yeah.
And I get one other account, but I've got two more. And all I get is create another account.
Yeah, add another account. When you add it, you just put your name in, and if you have it, remember your password, it'll pick it up right away. And it should be there the next time you do that.
I'll try it again. I mean, I've been fighting that for quite a while.
Anne Marie, you have your hand up. Welcome.
Yes, I do. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
I wanted to share with Ron and I think Bob that I bought a new TV and it's a TCL.
Hey,
And I did it because of you.
which one did you get? The Omni series?
I have no idea, but it's got all the bells and whistles. It's a
Okay.
70 inch.
Oh,
I
the
bought
70
it.
inch.
Yeah,
Oh.
I bought it at Costco. The price was unbelievable, $4.99,
For a 70 inch.
unbelievable. So it's for my second house, but the problem is it's too big to fit where I wanted it to go. I was going to have it on the fireplace mantle, but of course it's way too long. And then I bought a board and the board isn't deep enough. So now we're going to have to install it on the wall with one of those,
Yeah.
and my handyman is waiting for me to get out there again to do that. But yeah. I plugged it in. I just ran it on the floor. I had no problem. Fire stick just comes right up. It was no problem. However, I was trying to help a friend of mine who bought a Samsung 50 inch, and that TV did not accept a Roku or a Fire Stick. You could not get to that HDMI port that it was plugged in, and we still haven't solved that problem. So they told me the last thing I heard was call Samsung directly. I don't know. Maybe it's a bum TV. It just
And Samsung will work with you. They can actually access your TV. I know, because I've done it. Okay. And they can access your TV and they then diagnose the problem and they fix it right while you're on the phone with them.
Wonderful. That's what we're doing today. We've got their number.
So Anne Marie, don't plug your, you don't need a Fire Stick in a TCL TV. It's got built-in Roku, so you don't need to plug your Fire Stick into the TV.
I know, but I love my Fire Stick. It's so,
Well,
I have them all over the place. All my TVs have Fire Sticks. and
Okay, but
it's
it
so
has
convenient.
the Roku, and all the software for Roku is integrated right into the TCL menu system. So, I mean, it's up to you, but it's your I don't know.
Right, it's one less remote to worry about.
Yeah, like literally it's all there. So there would be no reason to need a Fire Stick.
Well, I'm gonna play with that then, but I need a Roku remote or that,
No,
no,
it's
you
all
know
in the
what,
same.
the
It's all in
TV
the-
remote, the TV remote would work.
No, it's just
Yeah.
all in the one.
Right. It's right in the remote that you already have.
Oh, I'm gonna play with that. That'll be great.
It's all there. It's
Okay.
all there for you.
I couldn't believe the price. And the salesman said, I asked him, I said, is this a good brand? And he said, that's all I ever have. I bought 3 of those. They last forever.
I got
"Okey
5.
doke,
I got
then."
5 of them.
Yeah, I know you guys like them, so it's because of you. Thank
All right.
you.
Elaine, you've got your hand up.
And you mute it.
Hi, I was just wondering about Jim saying that he accesses Google through Google Workplace. I'm not even familiar with Google Workplace. All I do is go to the browser and then go to www.google.com. Then I get a Google page, and up in the right-hand corner there are those 9 dots. And if I click on those, it gives me Gmail account, search, Chrome, Maps. I don't even see a workplace. Can anybody tell me what a Google Workplace is for?
Google Workplace is
trying to find
the new name for Gmail.
Elaine, it pops up when you access your Gmail. At least on mine, it pops up, and it's just a flash screen, and then it goes to the mail. I'm not sure if I understand what Google Workplace means.
Google Workplace is the new name for Gmail.
Okay.
Where it used to come up as Gmail, it now
Now
says
comes up
Google
as Google
Workplace.
Workplace.
That's all.
Mine still comes up as a little hamburger menu first, and then an M, the Gmail logo.
Yeah, that's just how you're starting your mail. And it's workspace. It's not workplace. Be careful.
Yep.
Be very, very careful.
So
But if you
Elaine,
just wait, that goes away. Maybe my Gmail hasn't updated itself lately.
yeah.
Yeah,
So Elaine,
All I get is
it is
Gmail.
part of a new update, okay?
All right.
There has been an update, and they've changed the name of Gmail to Gmail Workspace. And what they're doing is they're rolling in some of the G Suite stuff, some of the stuff that was paid for only and business only. So that's all it is. Don't worry too much about it. If you want, you can Google it. There's a lot written on it. I had to read all that stuff. So yeah.
One of the nice things is that you can get to your calendar right within your Gmail on
It
the
has a lot of
right-hand
neat
side.
features.
Yeah.
And
And you can set up your calendar and everything else.
Features as well.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good stuff going on there. I think, it's not going to stop changing because we don't like change. Sorry.
For sure. Okay, thank you.
Dave,
I
you have
always
your
say
hand up.
everybody likes change as long as it happens to somebody else.
Exactly.
Dave?
Okay, for the person who had problems with the Fire Stick, was it physically can't plug in because it was too long to plug into the TV? Because they do make a little adapters, flexible adapters, if your Fire Stick is impacted by the back of the TV, by the style of the TV. So I'm not sure if that was a problem.
No, it plugged in just fine.
Okay, then that's not the
Yeah,
problem.
thank you. Mhm.
Okay, George?
Hi. I've been building little alarm systems, and I'm wondering if other people have seen these kind of things commercially made. They're to indicate to people that their room is uncomfortably hot. It will emit a loud buzz if it does. Actually, dangerously hot. We go through these seniors' summer heat deaths, and I'm wondering if other people have come across devices that were supposed to create some kind of alarm.
I haven't.
Haven't looked for one.
The only
Are
thing
we
that
up-
I have is a sensor in my bedroom that tells the thermostat in the living room what the temperature is in the bedroom. And if it goes up too high, it turns the air conditioning on.
Yeah, Bob, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, our in BC here, we don't get hot enough that everybody has an air conditioner. But many people, we had lost a number of people. I think I'm guessing it was, well, I don't want to say what it was, but a number of people passed away because of heat stroke in their rooms, right? Particularly older people or people with disabilities like diabetes. Ron would have some idea about what kind of people are more susceptible to heat than others. And he knows the BC climate.
Well, part of the problem is that the people aren't hydrating enough. Your body puts out more than you think it does, and you have to keep hydrated. I actually passed out in the parking lot of the hospital because they found out later I was dehydrated because of medication I'd been taking, and I hadn't been drinking enough.
Yeah, I'm not building a device that's going to measure the water in your body. That's beyond me. But an alarm for temperature and an alert for temperature is quite easy to build.
What are you building in?
Raspberry Pico.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the other thing, George, is that I was just wondering if the Echo devices actually have temperature sensors in them. And I just Googled it. And after you set up an Echo, go to Smart Home selection of the Alexa app to find the temperature sensor. Add the temperature sensor to a new or existing smart home group, and you can ask Alexa for the temperature in your room. Now, you can get the temperature in your room off these devices, there's got to be an app that would warn you, right? That'd be an easy one to make.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll look into that.
There's
Okay,
got to
thanks.
be, I'm sure and there's so many people who have Alexa devices now, right? So
Yeah.
that would be my.
Yeah, and they all just went off because you said her name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ask what temperature it is.
I don't have one of them.
Remember, it's Miss E.
Mine's a Miss G.
Miss A, remember?
If it works in Miss A, it'll probably also have the same thing in Mr. G.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Do you have?
All right.
Ron,
got about
do you have to have that in. If you have multiple devices, do you have to set each device up? Or will just
No, this is not Wi-Fi. This is not Wi-Fi. This is, my devices are simply passive with an electrical supply.
And a sensor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the LED lights, neopixels, so I can actually flash different colors.
But what about Ron's suggestion with Alexa? Do you have to set each Alexa device? Or
Depends on how you set it up, Jim. If you set it up for the device in one room, then it's for that room. If you make it something that affects every device, then it'll go off in all places.
Hey, it's a project for this group.
Okay, we've got I'm going to mute everybody.
If you're talking, we can't hear you, or I can't hear
No,
you.
no, not yet. This is Tech for Senior, and I'm Hewie Poplock. This is July 17th, 2023. This is episode number 172. Boy, that's hard to believe. Anyways, I said I'm Hewie Poplock. I'm your host for today. Ron will be back next week, although he's kind of snuck in here a little bit today. We don't know if they'll be here all day or not, but or all program, but he's here. So hi, Ron. But this is a 1-hour show about technology with Q&A at the end. And today we're talking about security, the hacker's guide, scanning old photos, DuckDuckGo, the browser, is AI too smart or humans too stupid? And then Ray's music, and then the Q&A. So we'll be here for the next hour plus 20 minutes, and we're glad you're here. I'd like to introduce the people that are here, and let me unspotlight me if I can figure out how to do that. There we go. And first, I'd like to say hello to Bob. And Bob,
Good
how
morning.
are things in New Mexico?
Right now, okay. We expect 104 today. And so far, my swamp cooler has been keeping us somewhere close to the 80-degree mark, which is bearable. Not cold, but bearable.
Well, the nice thing about the hot weather is we stay in and do a lot of computing and a lot of learning, as well as create videos, right?
Hopefully it doesn't get so hot that the computers start to complain.
Yeah. Ray, nice to see you here today.
Same for you, Hewie. You talk about it's good to stay indoors when it's this hot. Well, yesterday, Carol was involved in a major book festival that they have in Payson every year, and she did all the work behind the scenes promoting it. So we had to be there and meeting and greeting people. It was a large crowd, larger than normal, I think. And I think it's because some of the people probably wanted to get away from the heat and decided to come into the air-conditioned facility that we had. So it was a busy weekend for me.
Yep. Ray, of course, is the president and treasurer of APCUG. And also next is Bill James, and Bill is what's the position that you have with APCUG, Bill, besides doing a lot of presentations?
I'm the Region 8 advisor for Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Tennessee, and Alabama.
Wow, in a big area. Anyway,
Yeah.
We're glad you're here. How are things with you?
Things are fine. Our temperature is unusually low. Well, it's currently 86 degrees, but
That's
probably with the
cold front.
humidity, it's maybe a little bit warmer, but our temperatures have been rather low compared to everybody else, in my opinion.
Okay. And Mike, I saw Mike Ungerman. Mike, are you still on?
I am, and it's another hot day in Central Florida.
And you're smiling all day long today, right?
No,
sunny?
only half the day. About 1 o'clock or so, it's going to start thunder bumping again.
Yeah, I wish we'd get some of that. We send it your way, and the East Coast sends it your way, but we haven't been getting any rain at all. We haven't had. We were supposed to get a little bit yesterday, didn't get any, and today it doesn't look like we're going to get any either. So, but yeah, and you're still working on the electric vehicles. Probably next week you're going to be doing the next one on what?
It'll be a survey of electric vehicles available for purchase this year.
Oh, wow. And there's a lot of them, and the prices are coming down, aren't they?
Some are coming down, yes.
Okay, and then we also have our newest addition to our staff, and that's Chris Gould. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Hewie and
Hello.
everybody. Yes, we're in South Florida, and it's hot here too, but we got in the pool yesterday. And what temperature was that pool?
The pool was 94.
Bath water.
Wow.
Yep, nice and warm water. Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get working on the Google Photos book to update it, but there always seems to be something else that's more important. And now we
Like the
just
pool.
Yeah.
we just scheduled a ask live Q&A for Google Photos tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on our YouTube channel.
Oh,
And it's
that's great.
91 here in South Florida, feels like 105.
Yep, it's hot here in Florida, but it always is. It's July in Florida. But there, I'd like to see some rain on our coast anyway. Okay, Bob, I think we're ready for the first session, the update on the security, because there's nothing happening in the security world, but you somehow find it. So let's go ahead and give it to you.
All righty, let's get going. Here is my security news roundup for the week ending July 14th, 2023. New spyware apps on Google Play with 1.5 million users sending data to China. 2 file management apps on Google Play Store have been discovered to be spyware, putting the privacy and security of up to 1.5 million Android users at risk. These apps engage in deceptive behavior and secretly send sensitive user data to malicious servers in China. Prado, a leading mobile security company, has uncovered this alarming infiltration. The report shows that both spyware apps, namely File Recovery and Data Recovery, with over 1 million installs, and File Manager, with over 500,000 installs, are developed by the same group. These seemingly harmless Android apps use similar malicious tactics and automatically launch when the device reboots without user input. Read more at thehackernews.com. Apple issues urgent patch for zero-day flaw targeting iOS, iPadOS, macOS, and Safari. Apple has released rapid security response updates for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, and Safari web browser to address a zero-day flaw that it said has been actively exploited in the wild. The WebKit bug, cataloged as CVE 2023-37450, could allow threat actors to achieve arbitrary code execution when processing specifically crafted web content. The iPhone maker said it addressed the issue with improved checks. Credited with discovering and reporting the flaw is an anonymous researcher. As with most cases like this, there are scant details about the nature and the scale of the attacks and the identity of the threat actor behind them. But Apple noted in a terse advisory that it's aware of a report that this issue may have been actively exploited. Read more at thehackernews.com. New tool exploits Microsoft Team bug to send malware to users. A member of U.S. Navy's Red Team has published a tool called Teams Fisher that leverages an unresolved security issue in Microsoft Teams to bypass restrictions for incoming files from users outside of a targeted organization. The so-called external tenants, although the Team Fisher was created for authorized Red Team operations, threat actors can also leverage it to deliver malware to targeted organizations without setting off alarms. A Microsoft spokesperson has sent Bleeping Computer the following comment: "We're aware of this report and have determined that it relies on social engineering to be successful. We encourage customers to practice good computing habits online, including exercising caution when clicking on links to web pages, opening unknown files, or accepting file transfers." Read more at thebleepingcomputer.com. Harvard University WebFlaw exposes it to remote attacks. A WebLogic server vulnerability with a severity score of 9.8 out of 10 was plaguing Harvard University's courses website, the Cyber News research team discovered. The most obvious and dangerous exploitation scenario is where an attacker can execute arbitrary code remotely without any authentication. By exploiting this vulnerability, the attacker can gain complete control of the vulnerable server and access or modify sensitive data or disrupt business operations, researchers said. The impacted website, course.myharvard.edu, requires users to log in, which means that a successful RCE attack could allow threat actors to obtain user login data. The university responded with a comment after we published the article saying no data was exposed. Harvard has investigated these reports and determined that our systems were not at risk and that no data was exposed, the university representative told Cybernews. Read more at cybernews.com. FTC opens investigation into ChatGPT creator OpenAI. American regulators now appear to be clamping down on generative AI in earnest. The Washington Post has learned the Federal Trade Commission has launched an investigation into OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT and DALL-E. Officials have requested documents showing how the company tackles risks stemming from its large language AI models. The FTC is concerned the company may be violating customer protection laws through unfair or deceptive practices that could hurt the public's privacy, security, or reputation. The Commission is particularly interested in information linked to a bug that leaked ChatGPT users' sensitive data, including payments and chat histories. While OpenAI said the number of affected users was very small, the FTC is worried this stems from poor security practices. Read more at Engadget.com. Latest Mac OS malware can steal your banking information. A new Mac-specific malware called Mac Stealer that may steal passwords, credit card numbers, cryptocurrency wallets, and other information was first observed earlier this year. A third complex Mac malware known as Shadow Vault, Mac OS Stealer, has emerged since a second version of the first version appeared in April. What it can do and how to safeguard your Mac are listed below. The developers of the new Shadow Vault Mac OS Stealer are charging a monthly malware as a service fee, just like the Atomic Mac OS Stealer that first appeared in April. When it was found, Shadow Vault was being sold for $500 for a month. It states that it can retrieve all Chromium-based extensions, passwords, cookies, credit card wallets, and all Chromium-based extensions. Read more at ghacks.net. Chinese hackers breach U.S. government emails using a Microsoft Cloud bug. The attacks have been linked to a threat group known as Storm 0558, which is thought to be a cyber espionage gang that specializes in hacking email networks to obtain sensitive information. The software behemoth has not specified the location of the government organizations. On June 16, 2023, Microsoft began looking into these attacks as a result of consumer complaints about odd Office 365 mail behavior. The business found that beginning on May 15, 2023, Storm 0558 threat actors gained access to customers' accounts that were probably related to approximately 25 entities, including the U.S. State and Commerce Departments. A breach in Microsoft's cloud security affected unclassified systems, according to Adam Hodge, a spokesperson for the White House National Security Council, without providing any further details. Read more at ghacks.net. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel. There are a lot of benefits in consuming mushrooms. You can eat them or take them as a supplement. Mushroom health benefits you might not know gives you more insight. Please watch my video on that topic at the link listed. Did you know? Citizens of the Soviet Union began celebrating the defeat of Germany in World War II as soon as it was announced. Less than 24 hours later, the entire country was out of vodka. Do twins ever realize that one of them is unplanned? You do not need a parachute to skydive. You only need a parachute to skydive more than once. The reward of work well done is the opportunity to do more. Thanks to Jonas Salk. I just thought you might want to know. That's a wrap for this week's Cybersecurity News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening.
The bad guys seem to be able to find those holes in our software and our systems. And hopefully maybe AI will help us determine those before the bad guys can find them. I've not read anything about that, but hopefully that'll come about and they just aren't talking about it.
Well, AI does help cybersecurity, but it also works the opposite way. The bad guys also know how to use AI.
Absolutely. Okay, let's continue with the next. And I'm going to be talking about some more things that you need to be careful of. The Hacker's Guide to Exploiting Computers, 8 Common Techniques. I'm Hewie Poplock. Cyber criminals employ various methods to gain access to your money and data. While they are constantly evolving their techniques, there are several common avenues they frequently exploit. Let's explore some of the top methods hackers use to target and exploit computers. Phishing. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where the attackers impersonate trusted entities to manipulate users into performing actions like divulging sensitive information, clicking malicious links, or downloading malware. Phishing attacks are typically conducted via email, and attackers often register fake domain names that mimic real organizations to send thousands of common requests to victims. In a typical phishing scam, attackers send one or multiple emails asking for sensitive information while pretending to be an official organization such as a bank. The email may contain a link to a login page that looks identical to the original page where users enter their login credentials, which are then recorded by the attacker. Phishing attacks are becoming more sophisticated, and attackers are using professional marketing techniques to test and improve the effectiveness of their emails. Phishing attacks can be used to spread malware, such as downloading attachments from emails that contain malicious code. Phishing is one of the biggest threats to individuals and businesses today. Exploit kits. An exploit kit is essentially a toolbox that hackers use to attack devices and networks. A typical exploit kit will work using the following steps. 1. Contact the victim or host program. 2. Redirect incoming traffic to a different page. 3. Scan for any existing vulnerabilities. 4. Highlight a vulnerability and exploit it. 5. Deploy the malware to carry out the attack. Not all exploit kits are the same, and many have been made in the past. Some malicious developers even sell their exploit kits to other attackers for a fee. Fiesta, Angler, and Hanwan are all well-known examples of exploit kits that have been used to target vulnerabilities and attack users. Software vulnerabilities. Software development has made significant progress in the past 50 years, but there are still challenges to overcome. Many programs contain software bugs and vulnerabilities that may take time to discover. These imperfections are what cyber criminals target when they're launching attacks. Some common software vulnerabilities include SQL injections, weak encryption, inadequate design, and insufficient permission boundaries. Exploiting these vulnerabilities can allow attackers to gain unauthorized access to databases, take remote control of systems, or cause program crashes. Trojans. Trojan horses, or Trojans, are named after the ancient Greek myth of the same name. In the myth, the Greeks gifted the Trojans a large wooden horse, which the Trojans saw as a harmless structure. However, hidden inside were Greek soldiers who invaded the city of Troy when the horse was brought inside the walls. Similarly, Trojans affect computers by deceiving users. They hide within seemingly harmless apps that users download unknowingly. This allows the Trojan to exist on the computer for an extended period, collecting sensitive data and even controlling the device remotely. Ransomware. Ransomware attacks are costly and involve encrypting files and demanding a ransom for their release. Larger organizations are often targeted due to their financial resources. Some attackers may decrypt the data after receiving the ransom, while others may leave it encrypted. Modern ransomware programs can also exfiltrate data before the victim realizes the attack has occurred. Wi-Fi hacks. Wi-Fi hacks have become common due to our reliance on Wi-Fi in our daily lives. Some of the dangers of using public Wi-Fi networks include snooping and sniffing. Hackers can eavesdrop on unsecured public Wi-Fi networks and see what you're doing on your device. They may read your browsing history or steal your login details, leading to a data breach. Malware infection. Hackers can infect unsecured Wi-Fi connections with malware, which can then infect the devices connected to it. They may also hack the connection point itself and send fake pop-ups, tricking users to installing malware. Forced installation of malware. One of the major threats on public Wi-Fi networks is the forced installation of malware on user devices. Hackers can exploit this to gain access to sensitive information. Vulnerability to cyber attacks. Public Wi-Fi networks are not always secure, leaving users vulnerable to cyber attacks. Hackers can inject devices with viruses and compromise their security. Compromised personal information. Public Wi-Fi networks can be unsecured and vulnerable to attack, allowing the hackers to steal personal information without the user's knowledge. Dark web sales. The dark web is a vast part of the internet known for its illegal activities. It serves as a platform for various illicit dealings, including the sale of illegal files, firearms, drugs, and stolen data. Hackers often buy and sell stolen data on the dark web to profit from their exploits or find new avenues for exploitation. Payment card details. Login credentials. Social security numbers. Education certificates such as diplomas and degrees. Passport numbers. Phone numbers. Email addresses. The dark web is intentionally hidden and requires specific technologies to access. It is filled with illegal marketplaces and forums where criminals' activities are advertised and discussed. Flash drives. Cyber attacks are often carried out remotely, but some cyber criminals use USB drives to infect devices with malware. Once inserted, the malware can be loaded into the target device and used to steal data, monitor activity, or conduct functions remotely. While this method requires physical access to the device, it has been used in the past and does not require a lot of technical expertise. Hacking isn't a rare occurrence. In today's technology-dependent world, hacks and exploits are common occurrences. Thousands of people are targeted by hackers every day, and unfortunately, many of these attempts are successful. It is important to understand how hackers can exploit your device so that you can strengthen your security measures and protect yourself. To protect yourself from these common hacking techniques, it's crucial to stay vigilant, keep your devices and software up to date, use strong and unique passwords, be cautious of suspicious emails or messages, and avoid connecting to unsecured Wi-Fi networks. The Hacker's Guide to Exploiting Computers, 8 Common Techniques. I'm Hewie Poplock. A couple of add-ons to that is just this past week, one of my friends on Facebook posted the birthday of their daughter, and then also showed a picture of their new driver's license they just got with all the information exposed. And I just can't believe that somebody in this day and age would do something like that, but they did. The other thing that I didn't add in that video is that one of the latest things that bad guys are doing are they're dropping the SD plugs, the sticks. They just drop them somewheres and people will pick them up. And then the first thing they do is they plug it in their computer to see what's on it. And there's malware on it. So be careful. If you find a USB stick, don't stick it in your computer. Best thing to do is just throw it away. But if you are going to test it, certainly test it on something that's not going to get infected or it's not going to make any difference. Okay, just a reminder that the premiere video, which I also copied from Ron posting the link earlier, will be, there's 4 items today. Focus Mode by Bob G. The screenshots from your home page from Ron. Solar Energy for your home from Mike Ungerman. And then an article called My Superstar by Ron. It's a story about Dewey, who was a member of our staff when we first started. It's a story about him, so you want to take a look at that as well. So make sure you tune in at the half hour after the show, depending upon what time zone you're in. But it's the half hour after the end of the show or an hour from now. Do take a look at the premiere videos. And that will be on our channel. And if you can't find it, just go to www.techforsenior.com and there should be a button there. It'll take you right to it. Or it's in the chat box. And with that, I invite Chris. Let's go ahead and see what you've got for us today.
Okay, you want us to run it, or
Yes.
are you going to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some access then. Co-host?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
You certainly do.
Fun with photos. I don't know about anybody else, but I just play with my photos all the time. I know not everybody does, and not everybody has a bunch of old photos, but a lot of you do. All those albums, those print photos that you put in albums years ago and have up on the shelf. And now you want them all in Google Photos, right? That's where they belong. So that's what I'm talking about in this episode of Fun with Photos. Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and this is Fun with Photos. Today's question is, how do I get old print photos into digital form and into Google Photos? Well, you could use expensive scanning equipment and learn how to use the software that comes with it. You might have to take pictures out of your photo albums to put on the scanner. I think it's easiest just to take your smartphone and snap pictures with your smartphone's camera. But there are two cool apps that work in conjunction with Google Photos, PhotoMine and PhotoScan, actually by Google, that I want to show you. Some of this will depend on the type of person you are. I'm the type of person that I'll just be thumbing through an old photo album, and I'll see this photo of Marty and think, I've just been talking to her on Facebook, and this is a great picture. I need to get it and send it to her. So I will just pick up my phone and open the camera, try to get it so that there's not too much glare, and I'll snap a picture of the picture. It's on my phone, meaning it's going to go to Google Photos. I can do some editing to it. That's wonderful. And then I see this picture of Jim being Santa Claus with a bunch of kids. These kids are now 40 years old. That's a great shot. I'll just take my phone and snap a picture. But some people are much more thorough than me. They'll see this photo album and they say, I want to capture every photo. That's what PhotoMine is for. I want to show you an app called PhotoMine, which is the quickest and easiest way to get all of these photos scanned. It is a separate app on either Android or iOS, but once you have it installed, you can also access it right in Google Photos. So PhotoMine is a separate app. You install it from the Play Store on Android or the App Store on iPhone, and that is what it looks like. And you can use it just as a standalone app. It will let you save to Google Photos when you're done, but I just want to show you how you get to it in Google Photos. And then you tap Library, Utilities, scroll down to Import Photos, and then PhotoMine right there. Now, you can use it for free if you tap up here at the top where it says ads are okay, but you will want to pay the $40 a year if you decide you really want to use it. So once you have it going, you just tap on Scan at the bottom. And you just point at the page, the whole page of photos. You tap and hold the shutter button for just a couple seconds and watch how it separates out the individual photos. I'm not touching anything here. And now I can scan another page. Ooh, there's a lot of glare on this one. Touch and hold on the shutter button. And notice how it's making the pictures look better. That's just magic. Now I'm on the third page. Touch and hold the shutter button. Is this amazing or what? Fourth page, touch and hold. I think you get the idea. And when you're done, you tap done. It says that I've captured 12 photos. It creates an album within PhotoMine, which I can name if I want, but I just want them to go straight to Google Photos. You tap the share button, connect to Google Photos, and save to Google Photos. 12 photos were saved. I can go take a look. And there are the photos I just scanned. Don't they look great? Remember when I complained about the glare? I'm going to show you another app called PhotoScan by Google that will eliminate that. PhotoScan is an app by Google. I can get to it from my Photos app. Now I just get the picture in the frame and tap the button. And now it's going to say, circle those 4 dots. And it takes a picture with each of the dots. When it puts them all together, the glare will be gone. Let's do another one. Tap it. Then you move the circle over each dot. Now, if yours isn't doing that, it might be because you have the glare control off. And that's that little button right there. If there's a slash through it, then it's not going to do the glare control. So let's do one more. Notice it also has a flash. The purpose of the flash is to get rid of the reflections. Then the purpose of the 4 shots is to get rid of the glare from the flash. All right. So then I'll show you how that looks in Google Photos. So here I am looking at Google Photos, and here are the 3 shots I just took from that big framed collage on the wall. Not bad. The next photo, that looks pretty good. And the third one's. Once your scanned photos are in Google Photos, there's a couple of things I want to mention. So remember the first photo I took of Marty where I just used my phone's camera and snapped a shot from the photo album. Well, this one needs some editing. So I'm just going to tap it, edit. I'm in Google Photos. And the main thing I want to do is crop. Now, in Google Photos on the Android, I could actually crop to the skewed, which is kind of cool, but it's usually not necessary. When I'm done, notice how it straightens it out. But even with just a normal crop, I can get in closer and she looks lots better. Now, under suggestions, I'm going to try dynamic. Ooh, I think that looks really good. It's forcing me to save a copy. So I might go back out and now delete the old one. And then there's the photo of Jim as Santa Claus. Let's make that one look a little bit better. Crop. And then suggestions and dynamic. And that looks pretty good. Save copy. Delete the original. But now, what's wrong with this picture? This says that these pictures were taken today. Well, I did snap the photo of the photos today, but these were taken in 1994. I'm going to change the date. I can do it both at the same time by selecting both of them. Then one of the options at the bottom is to edit date and time. And I'm going to select one date and time. So I'm going to edit the date. And then I like to pick from drop-down list. I'll tap here and I'll find 1994. And then I can just scroll over till I see December. And I'll tap on December 20. I really don't know when exactly it was, but that's near enough. Okay. And save. They look like they've disappeared. I can scroll back in my photos all the way to 1994. And there are the 2 photos that I just changed the dates for. Now go have some fun scanning all your old photos.
Wow.
And I'll stick around for the Q&A.
Great. The 2 biggest things I had questions about was the glare and the date, and you talked about both of them. Thank you very much. Great. So
Easily done.
We'll see you in the Q&A. And so now let's go back to here. And I don't have it in here. Nuts. What did I do with it? I gotta go find it. Sorry, folks. Well, that's why we had a couple of minutes extra in here.
Do you want me to do mine first, Huey?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do yours? Thank you.
Okay.
Let me get out of this. Okay.
I asked Perplexity AI the following question. Is AI too smart or are
Did I
humans
start
too
mine by
stupid?
mistake or is
Here's the reply I received.
No, are you not?
AI and humans possess different types of intelligence, and comparing them as too smart or too stupid is not an accurate representation of their capabilities. AI is designed to perform specific tasks, process large amounts of data quickly, and make decisions based on patterns and algorithms. On the other hand, humans possess emotional intelligence, creativity, intuition, and cultural sensitivity, which are essential for effective decision-making and problem-solving. AI has the potential to augment human intelligence rather than replace it. The combination of AI and human intelligence can lead to better outcomes than either one separately. For example, AI can process data much faster and with greater accuracy, while human intelligence excels in creativity, emotional intelligence, and flexible decision-making. The ultimate goal is to find a balance between AI and human intelligence, recognizing that AI can augment human intelligence in many areas. There are certain limitations to AI, such as its inability to think outside the box, understand emotions, and adapt to new situations without pre-fed data. On the other hand, humans can learn from diverse experiences and situations, adapt to new environments, and think creatively. However, AI can overcome some human weaknesses, such as biases, inconsistencies, and the inability to process large amounts of data quickly.
Guess what? You got the short version, not the long version.
All right.
Did you find yours yet, Huey?
I think so. Let's try it. Whoops. It was there. I just didn't recognize the title. There we go. Take control of your online privacy with DuckDuckGo browser. I'm Hewie Poplock. DuckDuckGo browser is a privacy-focused web browser that's available for iOS and Android. It's based on the Chromium web engine, but it has been modified to include a number of privacy features such as 1. Tracker blocking. DuckDuckGo browser automatically blocks most third-party trackers, which helps prevent websites from tracking your browser activity. 2. Private search. DuckDuckGo browser includes a private search mode that does not track your search history. 3. HTTPS upgrade. DuckDuckGo browser automatically upgrades insecure HTTP connections to HTTPS, which helps to protect your privacy and security. 4. Fireproof mode. DuckDuckGo browser includes a fireproof mode that prevents websites from fingerprinting your device. In addition to these privacy features, DuckDuckGo browser also offers a number of other features such as 1. Ad blocking. DuckDuckGo browser includes an ad blocker that helps to block annoying ads. DuckDuckGo bangs. DuckDuckGo browser supports DuckDuckGo bangs, which are shortcuts that allow you to search for specific things on DuckDuckGo. Privacy Dashboard. DuckDuckGo browser includes a privacy dashboard that shows you how many trackers have been blocked and how many times your device has been fingerprinted. DuckDuckGo browser is a good choice for people who are concerned about their privacy. It is a secure and private browser that offers a number of features to help you protect your data. Here are some of the reasons why people use DuckDuckGo browser. 1. Privacy. DuckDuckGo browser is designed to protect your privacy. It blocks trackers, encrypts your traffic, and does not track your search history. Security. DuckDuckGo browser is a secure browser. As I said, it's based on the Chromium Web Engine, which is a well-respected and secure platform. Features. DuckDuckGo browser offers a number of features that are not available in other browsers, such as the DuckDuckGo Bangs and the Privacy Dashboard. Ease of use. DuckDuckGo browser is easy to use. If you want to search for OpenAI directly on Wikipedia using DuckDuckGo, you can simply type !W OpenAI in the DuckDuckGo search bar. The !W is the bang for Wikipedia, and the OpenAI is the search term. DuckDuckGo will then take you directly to the Wikipedia page for OpenAI. The exclamation point is often used in chat and messaging apps to denote a command. In the case of !G, it's a command to perform a Google search. This is a common convention on many platforms, including Discord, Slack, and Telegram. DuckDuckGo has a simple and intuitive interface that's similar to other popular browsers. If you're looking for a privacy-focused and secure web browser, then DuckDuckGo browser is a good choice. It is a reliable and easy-to-use browser and offers a number of features to help protect your data. Let's take a look at a demo. I downloaded the DuckDuckGo browser application for Windows, and now I am going to click on it to install it. It comes up with the installer. I click on the word install, and it then does the install. When it completes the install, I tell it to launch, and the DuckDuckGo browser starts with a few instructions. And one of the first things we want to do when we get started is to import any of the bookmarks and passwords. And we'll do that first by clicking import and then choosing the place where it's going to come from. We then click on import, and it will import the bookmarks and passwords that we had told it to. I click on done, and the next question is going to ask, do I want to use the DuckDuckGo search engine as the default? And I say maybe later. Next, it says we're all set. And by visiting one of our favorite sites, it'll be blocking trackers and upgrading the security of the connection when possible. Next, we're going to go to a couple of websites just to show what the tracking and the block. First of all, we'll go to the Manatee Library System. We'll just move around a few pages just to take a look at the website and see if it's going to block anything and see what it finds, just to be able to say that we looked at that site. Then we're going to go to a different site. When we open a new tab, it gives us some information. It tells us there were 3 tracking attempts blocked, and it doesn't really say any other information. So let's try another web page, and we'll go to msn.com, and we'll just move around it for a little bit, just again to have it do its thing of tracking and so on. This would be what we would be doing if we were just looking around this website. Okay, and next we'll open up a new tab and see what we've found. We're seeing that now there's 42 tracking attempts blocked, and with 3 tracking attempts blocked on the My Manatee. This is the download for the Android version of the DuckDuckGo browser. This is the iOS download for the DuckDuckGo browser. And finally, the Mac version of the DuckDuckGo browser can be downloaded as well. Let's take a look at the settings for DuckDuckGo browser. At the top, you can set the default browser, and we're going to leave it as the DuckDuckGo as the default. And then on startup, you can set which tabs are going to open when you start the browser. And then you can also change the appearance to a light, a dark, or a system. And then you can zoom it, and the address bar, you can show the full website address or not. As we scroll down the settings, we can see the cookie consent pop-ups. You can let DuckDuckGo manage cookie consent pop-ups or not. Then you can have the global privacy controller, the GPC. You can turn that on or off. And the autofill, ask to save, and if you want to, the usernames and passwords will be saved. You have a choice of where the downloads will go. By default, it goes to the downloads folder, but it doesn't have to. Under the Duck Player, you can either play the YouTube videos automatically with the Duck Player, you can show it as an option, yes or no, or you can have it never use the Duck Player. And then under Advanced, you should check Use Hardware Acceleration when available. You now have a more private browser available with the DuckDuckGo browser. Take control of your online privacy with DuckDuckGo browser. I'm Hewie Poplock. Thank you. Well, once we found it, it's pretty good. So it's another browser for your listings, and you can have more than one browser installed. This is another good one to have and to try.
I have the other video queued up if you want it, or we can just bypass.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay. I asked Perplexity AI the following question. Is AI too smart, or are humans too stupid? Here's the reply I received.
AI and humans possess different types of intelligence, and comparing them as too smart or too stupid is not an accurate representation of their capabilities. AI is designed to perform specific tasks, process large amounts of data quickly, and make decisions based on patterns and algorithms. On the other hand, humans possess emotional intelligence, creativity, intuition, and cultural sensitivity, which are essential for effective decision-making and problem-solving. AI has the potential to augment human intelligence rather than replace it. The combination of AI and human intelligence can lead to better outcomes than either one separately. For example, AI can process data much faster and with greater accuracy, while human intelligence excels in creativity, emotional intelligence, and flexible decision-making. The ultimate goal is to find a balance between AI and human intelligence, recognizing that AI can augment human intelligence in many areas. There are certain limitations to AI, such as its inability to think outside the box, understand emotions, and adapt to new situations without pre-fed data. On the other hand, humans can learn from diverse experiences and situations, adapt to new environments, and think creatively. However, AI can overcome some human weaknesses, such as biases, inconsistencies, and the inability to process large amounts of data quickly.
I asked this follow-up question: how can AI be used to augment human intelligence and improve our lives? Here's the reply I received.
AI can be used to augment human intelligence and improve our lives in various ways, including enhancing decision-making. AI can process large amounts of data and identify patterns that humans may not be able to detect, leading to better informed decisions. For example, AI-generated decision aids can improve human decision-making in tasks such as planning a road trip or choosing a mortgage. Automating repetitive tasks. AI can take over mundane and repetitive tasks, freeing up humans to focus on more creative and complex tasks. This can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction. Personalizing products and services. AI can analyze customer data to provide personalized recommendations, improving customer experience and satisfaction. For example, AI-powered recommendation engines can suggest products, services, or content based on individual preferences and behavior. Enhancing healthcare. AI can assist in diagnosing diseases, analyzing medical images, and predicting patient outcomes, leading to more accurate and timely treatments. Additionally, AI can help identify potential outbreaks and monitor public health trends. Improving transportation and navigation. AI can optimize routes, predict traffic patterns, and enhance the overall efficiency of transportation systems. Autonomous vehicles also rely on AI to navigate and make real-time decisions, potentially reducing accidents and improving traffic flow. Supporting education. AI can provide personalized learning experiences, identify areas where students need additional support, and help teachers develop more effective teaching strategies. Enhancing communication. AI-powered language translation tools can break down language barriers and facilitate global communication. Additionally, AI can help improve the accessibility of information for individuals with disabilities, such as through speech-to-text transcription or image recognition. Boosting creativity. AI can assist in generating new ideas, designs, and artistic creations by analyzing existing data and providing suggestions or inspiration. For example, AI can help generate music, art, or even new product designs. Improving environmental sustainability. AI can help optimize energy consumption, monitor and predict environmental changes, and support the development of more sustainable technologies. Enhancing security and safety. AI can be used to detect and prevent fraud, monitor and respond to cybersecurity threats, and improve public safety through surveillance and emergency response systems. In conclusion, AI has the potential to augment human intelligence in various aspects of our lives, leading to improved decision-making, increased efficiency, and enhanced well-being. The key is to find the right balance between AI and human intelligence, leveraging the strengths of both to create a better future.
Thank you very much. At this time, I want to end the YouTube live portion. And those of you who are on YouTube, we invite you to join us on Zoom if you wish. There's plenty of